Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show. Meet the trusted experts who will give you straight answers and will help guide you on the path of later life care. Now, here's your host, founder, caregiver, and CEO, Suzanne Newman.
And welcome everyone to Answers for Elders Radio Network, heard across the USA. And we have been so honored to be able to bring to you this summer the 8 foundational principles of wellness. And obviously, as we've started in June, we've been going through the various areas that we're talking about. We started with emotional and physical, and we went on to, social and spiritual and all kinds of amazing way showers in the world that are showing us. And we're now in these last 2 weeks of the month, and we're talking about intellectual wellness. It's expanding our mind. It's learning. And, there's a saying out there that says, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. And even when you get older, as maybe you have mobility challenges or all kinds of things, there's still ways to learn new cultures, new attitudes, new awarenesses, all kinds of things. And so we are so proud today to have a wonderful woman by the name of Suzanne Black, who is the CEO of Wowzitude. That's WOWZITUDE.com. And Susan, you are an incredible innovator in bringing the world to seniors to have what we call armchair experiences. And welcome to Answers for Elders.
Thank you so much. I'm absolutely thrilled to be here, Suzanne, and thrilled to be talking about how we can continue to be culturally curious as long as we are excited about the world.
You started something amazing, and I'm interested in your inspiration behind Wowzitude. What's it all about?
So Wowzitude actually started during the pandemic, but as we know, there's been social isolation and challenges, as you mentioned, with mobility and other perhaps age-related illnesses, even finances, since way before the pandemic. But during the pandemic, we were all in lockdown, including my own mother. And my mom was, who's like myself, traveled over 50 countries in our experience, was really feeling it and said, well, Susan, you've been in travel your entire career, 30 years. Can't you figure out some way that we can do this live and really feel experiences around the world? Now, that was a challenge, but I knew that it was something that she was feeling, we all were feeling. And because I have been in travel and had an incredible network, I reached out to one of my amazing guides that happened to be in Dublin, Ireland. And with my mom, we walked down the streets of Dublin, Ireland. And that was the very first time we did a live stream tour. My mom said, wow, a lot. I said, that changed your attitude. Wow and gratitude became Wowzitude.
Yes.
And that's how we started.
Susan, it's so incredible, because one of the things I think that seniors we're known for is their world gets smaller as they get older. They start to lose friends, they stay at home, they have mobility issues, a lot of them can't drive anymore, so they get into this little cocoon of the world, and all they really have is a lot of times it's negative TV, or it's something that is induces fear. I think a lot, and especially when you're vulnerable. I have seen that so often where fear kicks in when when you feel vulnerable, and what you've done is flip that 180 degrees. I am so impressed with what you've come up with, and certainly a little bit about when you talk about walking tours, you're really living it, aren't you?
You are. These are live stream guided walking tours. The way we work is cool. Our guides have a stabilizer called a Gimble and a camera, and everything that they see, you see live while it's happening. It's not a television program. It's not video. It is a live stream walking tour. And to make it even more immersive, everyone can ask questions in real time.
It's so
moderator.
Cool. That
Yeah.
is so cool. And by looking at wowzitude.com, you have several locations and you meet the guides. I would imagine that that seniors around the world are connecting with them and feel a friendship and a kinship with them.
That's right. We only do group tours. We have the same people on our tours all the time because it's a subscription service.
I love that.
Always get something new and fresh. As a matter of fact, we go to 140 different locations, places from cities that everybody loves, Rome, Paris, New York
Yes.
City, all the way to off the beaten track. As a matter of fact, we're doing a tour to Machu Picchu. So if you didn't think you could climb Machu Picchu,
Oh
you
my
have
goodness.
connectivity. Exactly. We'll be in Peru doing that. So all the places that people have perhaps visited and want to revisit, or places that they've always wanted to go and ask questions about. And it's doing it with a group. So you're always hearing other people's questions. You're part of this great travel club, and we meet twice every week.
And, I can only imagine, doing this. It's something that you look forward to. Like I always say, when people start to get older, if they don't have things to look forward to, it's like that's when they lose their zest for life. So they're expanding their mind, they're learning, they're growing. And this is why I was so excited to have you on this as far as intellectual wellness. And I'm going to throw just a little bit of thing. How does all of this transcribe to intellectual wellness?
So you're absolutely right. We always say we really cater to the culturally curious, which never ends at any age, because we talk about food and we talk about what it's like to grow up there, and we ask questions, and we're learning from the locals, and we're hearing them, and they're the questions that our audience wants to ask. No two tours are alike. They're all unscripted. So we are expanding the mind in terms of learning something new every single day. So every trip that we go with us, you're always going to learn something new.
Absolutely.
What happened politically, what's happening with the economy. So you might read about it in the papers, but isn't it fantastic to talk to a local about what's happening now?
Absolutely. So if people subscribe to your service, tell us a little bit about how it works.
So it's very simple. We kept it extraordinarily affordable because we want as many people as possible to do that. We do 8 or 10 tours every month, whether it's 4 weeks or a 5-week month. So 2 every week on Tuesdays and Thursdays in your local time. And we, as I mentioned, we do our calendar usually a month or 2 months in advance. And that's not all. We also, expanding your mind, very important, we have trip kits that go with each one. So there's book recommendations, movie recommendations, recipes, maps, fun facts, all things to become even more immersive, but to really, really inspire you and get your mind clicking.
And as far as getting your mind clicking, obviously, to subscribe to this service, again, what is the investment usually every month that people pay?
So it's very simple. It is $59 for all 8 to 10 tours.
Amazing.
It comes down to about $5 or $6 a tour. I know. And that has all the goodness with it. And if you miss one of the live tours, although we don't have a library because we say the wow moment is the now moment, and we encourage people to ask questions, you can watch it on demand if you're a subscriber, 24 hours the next day. So all day Wednesday, all day Friday, if you've missed the Tuesday or Thursday. So there's really not, there's not a chance that you'll miss it because we have these encore recordings.
Wow.
So we really try to figure all different ways. And we love if a whole household gets involved. So, whoever the family members are, the caregivers, whoever is in that household, gather around and have a party while we're on tour.
Wow. And we're about 1 minute left in this segment. Tell us, you have a wonderful promotion for our listeners today.
We do. If you sign up before October 1st, which is, of course, Halloween season and going into
just a month away. Yep.
Exactly. We will give a free Christmas market special tour to all of your listeners and only your listeners as a special promotion on this podcast.
And how would they sign up for that, Susan?
They just go over to the website, Wowzitude.com, as you spelled it, WOWZITUDE, wowzitude.com. Under the tab subscribe, that's it. And then you sign up and you're all set to go. Look for the individual subscription, or if you're signing up as a group, look for the group one.
Fabulous, Susan. And guess what? We're going to talk all about the different experiences that you can have and how your mind can be expanded through travel. And Susan and I will be right back right after this. We at Answers for Elders thank you for listening. Did you know that you can discover hundreds of podcasts in our library on senior care? So visit our website and discover our decision guides that will help you also navigate decision making. Find us at answersforelders.com.